Well, what a difference a month makes. Welcome back to my garden. I'll take you down and give you a look at how everything is doing. So we'll start over here with the bush green beans. They are doing really well. I just picked a whole bunch a few days ago and there's a bunch growing again. I did notice that there's quite a bit of space. I had 3 rows and there's quite a bit of space in between them. So I did plant some seeds, like 2 more rows here. It may be too late in the season, but I thought it was worth a try. And next time I know that I can fit 5 rows in this raised garden bed. The flowers, of course, are so beautiful. You see the bee down there? It has brought so many pollinators to the garden. So definitely been great having it all the way around the garden. So moving on to the pole beans. So we ended up trellising these a little later than we should have, just because of scheduling and everything. So it's a little heavy on the bottom, but it's very, very tall. It's taller than me. And it looks like it's starting to flower. So I don't know if the camera will pick that up. Hopefully we will have some beans soon and we'll be able to try these ones. I already know for next year that this kind of trellis is not going to work the best because we can't get into the middle and reach the middle. And that's one of the problems I've had with the peas, which they are so tall, they've flopped back over this way. Some are starting to die already. I just picked tons of peas as well. But it's one of the problems we've had with the trellis on here, so we know we need to do that differently next year. I also know that the 2 that we planted inside are the ones that I'll plant next year. I missed some peas as well when I was picking. So let's see, these ones are the super sugar snap, I believe, and these ones are alderman. So those are the 2 that I'll plant next year because they've done really well and they've produced a lot. I need to come out and pick those. But yeah, they are so tall. They flopped over, unfortunately. So I think some kind of cattle panel between them is going to be best next year. And they can just keep growing as much as they need to. So then the carrots, I did pull 1 of each carrot up this morning. The kids ate the 2 that were already grown. 1 was very small. 1 was actually a good 8 to 10 inches long, but very thin. So just giving it more time. I think maybe they haven't had enough water. We've continued to have very hot days and then days with a ton of rain. So let's see, like this one is, let's see, it's not that big, it's not that thick. So hopefully those will come soon because they've been in quite a while. This corn over here is just so small and like stunted. I'm not sure exactly what's going on, if it's because of the soil or what, but it is starting to flower, a few of them. So hopefully we're still gonna get some corn. Check out the sunflowers, they're so big. I am this tall. So these ones have done really well. They're quite tall. There's, I think, 4 of them, 3 or 4 of them. They're quite big. This corn, for some reason, has been falling over. It's starting to flower as well, but again, it's very short. I'm not sure what's going on, but it's grown. Hopefully it will hang on and we will continue to have some growth and we'll get some corn on the cob from it. All right, so over here is really exciting. I have some baby cauliflowers growing. They're only about the size of maybe a loonie right now. And so I've closed them up because that's what I've read is the best thing to do to keep them nice and white in a tight cauliflower head. We've got cabbage growing. This one is the biggest one. Let's see. So it's pretty big. And it's doing quite well, which is very exciting. We have a few smaller ones and we have some red cabbage that's just starting as well. The broccoli, I found a worm or a caterpillar on it. So I don't know if it's gonna produce anything. We'll see about that. So over here, I planted beets in this area here. It looks like they've just started to come up. There's just some of them. The lettuce is finally starting to do well, but we did have some almost bolting in the heat, so I don't know. The kale has done super well this year. Having the netting over it has made a huge difference. We've been eating it and enjoying it. See that sunflower there? So tall. And yes, once again, look at my pretty flowers. I love them. All right, so then the beets over here are growing. You can see the popping out here. They're not that big, but they are growing, so they should be done in theory based on how many days ago I put them in. Well, that one's getting pretty big. Let's see if I can get the camera to focus. So yeah, they're getting bigger, but then most are kind of smaller like that. So a little bit longer, I'm gonna leave those in before I pull those out. The onions were doing really well, but they were flopping over like they were done growing, but the bulbs are still quite small. So I asked for advice and I cut the tops off. And I realized after maybe I should have left a few tops on each. I'm not sure. But we'll see how it works out. But so far they are doing quite well. These are green onions in the middle here. And these are chives. The zucchini, we've been enjoying zucchini. And there's a number of them growing right now. I definitely want to do them vertically next year. I think that just makes a lot more sense space-wise as well. There's one growing there. I haven't had any yellow ones this year though, which according to the package should have been all these ones in the middle this summer. Oh, and I just had a squash beetle land on me and then it flew away. That's not good. Yeah, no yellow squash. So I'm not sure, or yellow zucchini, if the seeds got mixed up. But yeah, that's not good. We don't want those. Oh, look, here it is. No, I must kill you. It flew away before I could get it. You can see there's zucchini there. But yeah, doing it vertically would definitely be a much better idea. The cucumbers have taken off. They're so different than a month ago. The cucumbers themselves, there's a few small ones. See if I can find one. So, there are some. Hopefully we'll get more soon. But the plants have definitely taken off. So the flowers in these containers, a lot of them bloomed and they're dying back already. They were really pretty. There is some sunflowers and I believe gladiolas that are just starting to get ready to bloom here. So excited to see those. The pumpkins, the rain was really good for them. They kind of took off. I haven't seen any females on them yet though, only male flowers, so I keep checking to see. So far, nothing yet though, so I want to get those pollinated as soon as I can. Likewise, the squash over here are doing really well. They're spreading out everywhere, which is kind of what I had envisioned. I do have a few growing. These are Burgess hair. I try and check every day if there are female ones that I can pollinate by hand, because that seems kind of like the best bet. Yeah, there's some here that didn't get pollinated. Eggplants are flowering, but I have yet to see anything on them. The okra is still quite small. It really hasn't grown too much. I need to go check today and see if there's any females. But there are a few growing, so that's encouraging. This one seems more like a zucchini than a table queen. I don't know. We'll see. Oh look, there's a female on the end there. So they are doing quite well. Strawberries are pretty much done. We did get a few of them. The runners are kicking out now, so I'm just leaving it be. This over here was edible flower seed mix. Oh, there's tons of, I don't know what on there. My chicken and turkey well, turkey and chickens got on my deck where I had these edible flour mix. And so I put it down here, and then it's just kind of a big mess. I don't know. I don't really know what to do with it all, and now there's those bugs on it. So it's just kind of been hanging out here. Over here, the chives have been doing well, just growing. Our rhubarb has grown quite a bit, which is exciting. Gonna let it seed and try and get it to be bigger and healthier. And then I planted all cilantro in here before this got so big. Just another batch of cilantro because it's something we always eat. I need to come and plant some more. So things have done great in the greenhouse lately. Oh, there's a bee in there. We actually found the other day, look what we have. We have a cantaloupe growing. Isn't that cool? Hopefully there's some more coming up in here. The peppers, I think I should have let the plants get a little bigger before they flowered. The okra is still really tiny. But this one here is like huge. So that one's ready to eat. We'll eat that soon because that's a green pepper. And these ones in the front are red peppers. Okay. The tomatillo plant. Oh my goodness, it has gone everywhere. It's totally falling over. I definitely need a better system for tying things up in here because that has been a problem. But look at how many pollinated. Look how many we're gonna have. And this one is split. So from what I understand, that's gonna fall off and then that will be ready. So that's really exciting, and we have a whole bunch more of them. I haven't seen any of the ghost pepper yet. Looks like maybe something's been eating the leaves a little bit. But we do have jalapenos growing. There's a number of them, which is exciting. The habaneros are all just starting to flower. So hopefully we'll get some habaneros soon. And these are the candlelights that are growing here. They will change all different colors. Aren't those cute? Pepperoncini, I haven't seen any flowers on yet, although maybe that's one. So maybe they're coming soon. Tomatoes. Okay, so it looks a little bare because a lot of the leaves, they're just planted too close together and they were going yellow and brown. So I went in and I cut off a whole bunch on the bottom just below where there are any flowers. So it does look pretty bare. Some are so tall. Oh, my whole plant just fell. So it does look a little bare, but we do have tomatoes. I mean, it's not what I was hoping for. It's not canning tons of tomatoes, but it could still be early. You can see though there's lots that weren't pollinated. And we actually had such high humidity that they were getting all moldy and I had to take a bunch off. So definitely need to work on our growing for tomatoes next year, the situation. But we did get our first tomato and it was delicious. The dill, oh boy, it's totally huge and fallen over everywhere. I did use a bit of it for canning, but I'll hook it there for now. And it's still very muddy. I haven't fixed that yet. So yeah, the other dill is over there. You can see how tall these tomatoes are. These plants are crazy. Our cilantro is still doing really well down here. We just pick kind of what we need. And then we've got the basil here, which is doing pretty well. Over here, the orange watermelon, I haven't seen any yet. It definitely seems like it's a fussier plant than just the regular one though. Again, small plant, but peppers are almost ready to eat. You see that one back there is pretty big. And then look at this. We have mini watermelon. I'm so excited to see this. I can't wait to eat it. And hopefully we get a few more. So it's been really fun this year, just kind of trying different varieties, seeing what grows, what doesn't, what works in the space and what doesn't. Definitely have some plans that we're working on to change the garden space for next year. But I mean, again, if you saw my garden last year, it is just so much better than last year, and it's just so exciting. I just love coming out here and seeing all the flowers and the growth. I'm so happy with it this year. So thanks for hanging around while I gave you a look at my garden. Before I say goodbye, I'm gonna head up to the deck and show you those ones real quick. Oh, there's a hawk. Well, that was cool. It was pretty close. It's probably after my chickens. We've got little baby chicks out. Yeah, I'm gonna take you up to the deck and give you a quick look at what's up there. So one difference you might notice from up atop is that we added, just pick some more beans while I'm out here, added some more weed cloth all the way around, or weed barrier, because I had been mowing everywhere and it's just so much mowing on top of everything else. So this has come loose, but we put it here, and then I'm not mowing in the back 2 sides anymore, and that's saving me a lot of time. So our lavender is finally starting to come back to life here. Our basil is doing well. Rosemary really didn't grow much at all. The curry plant's done well. We've had so many raspberries we've been enjoying eating. They're delicious. A friend gifted us 3 tomato plants and they have taken off. I think I'm gonna have to tie them to the actual deck because they're just everywhere and I really need to take care of them. That's the hibiscus we have from inside. But these ones have already got tomatoes growing on them, which is exciting. The lettuce I planted here, I don't know if I had this bin out last time, but this is bee balm. Planted some and some lettuce. It's kind of slow growing, I don't know. The lemongrass is finally doing better, so our deck has got more color to it, but I do need to take care of these tomato plants. So once again, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section down below. Otherwise, I hope this finds you having a great day. Take care.